The long trip from the outer boroughs to this office in the Bronx is exhausting. Families come to seek shelter at the Prevention Assistance and Temporary Housing Office, PATH for short, the only place in all 5 boroughs of New York City that places homeless families into shelters. The city has invested $30 million in the construction of a new 7-story intake center right here, just blocks away from the PATH office. But homeless advocates are saying that the city's missing out on an opportunity to change the intake center for the benefit of families. Members from the Bronx-based advocacy group, Picture the Homeless, were very involved in closing down the original intake unit at that location. The volunteers at this organization still remember the deplorable conditions of the original building.
At that place, people would sleep on the floors, on the benches for days and weeks at a time before they were actually given shelter.
Disposable cameras were given to homeless parents to document what was going on inside. They captured pictures like this one of a mother sleeping on the floor covered in a plastic sheet. Mice and other vermin shared the building with the families. The city's Department of Homeless Services recently told the Daily News that the days of inefficient and overcrowded intake are behind us. Advocates fear that the new facility won't be any better. They think a far better idea is for the city to build a smaller intake center in each of the 5 boroughs so that families don't have to trek all the way to the Bronx. Linda Contez, a volunteer for Picture the Homeless, understands the difficulties of entering the shelter system. She was once homeless herself.
Evidently, if you become homeless, you've lost everything. You know what I'm saying? If you're living in an apartment with your kids and you become homeless and you're homeless. You don't have a home, you don't have a car, you have nothing. You don't have car fare, you don't have money to get on a train, a bus, and this is that, to go across to different boroughs to get checked in so you can have somewhere for you and your kids to sleep at nighttime.
Shaquina Buchanan came to the PATH office from Brooklyn, and even after taking the subway, she said she had to walk for half an hour with her baby and belongings to get there.
I had to travel all the way out here to the Bronx to go to DHS Center, which was very hard because I had my baby. Luckily, I have my friend here to help me, but the train ride is terrible. I mean, I have to carry my stroller up the stairs by myself just to come all the way to the Bronx, for this nothing right here.
Kareem, who arrived at the PATH office at 7 in the morning with his 2-year-old son and his girlfriend, agrees.
And they feel that it's hard. It was really hard. It's hard to stroll with a stroller with bags and all down your back, plus a shopping cart with a TV. It's really hard. It's real hard. I wish they would have had another center in Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, but they don't. This is the only EAU in the Bronx.
In 2001, when the city first designed the plan to create one centralized place for all homeless families to apply for shelter, a top official for the Department of Homeless Services told the New York Times that efficiency was the goal. Getting persons to the right services, he said, is more important than cutting down on their travel time. This is Maria Clark with the New York City News Service.